This week in VR education news, more accessible VR creation, data collection in VR, and some exciting news around law enforcement training for virtual reality. Let's hop into it. First of all, we have Ready Player Me, one of the leading open standards for VR avatar creation, releasing a library of 200 plus free high-quality avatar animations. And this is amazing because you already have this great tool with Ready Player Me where you can create avatars for your educational simulations where they can have all kinds of different looks and feels and fit into your scenarios that you're creating. But now you have this group of animations that are very high quality so that your avatars look and move realistically within your simulations. So thank you, Ready Player Me, for announcing this, and we're excited to play around with it within XpertVR. Moving along, we have an article here by Louis Rosenberg talking about the research from Vivek N from UCBerkeley. And Vivek found that AI can actually process data captured within virtual reality to predict somebody's age, race, gender, education level, and more. And this isn't data like eye tracking and all of the fancy pieces of data that we work with at XpertVR and that you can bring into virtual reality. It's just basic hand and head tracking, which is in all VR headsets. And this is worrisome because as VR gets into more education institutions, as well as just gets into the broader public, we don't want bad players in the world being able to pull on this data and find out things like your age, race, gender, education level, to use that maliciously, or even just to market to you if you don't want to be marketed to because of those differentiating factors in yourself. So hopefully there are ways that this data is more controlled. And I know talking to Cognitive 3D and other data players in the space, they are moving towards how can this be controlled data so that you have the power to share it with people and it's not within the power of the companies with the data to control. And then lastly, I'm very excited to announce that Xpert Police, our law enforcement training for crime scene investigation, traffic collision investigation, and de-escalation, is now in a free beta for all public institutions. So if you have a law enforcement, public safety, or a police foundations course at your institution, please reach out to us. We'd love to partner in how we can get this into your students' hands so that they're better educated around the topics you're teaching in a more immersive way, hopefully saving you some costs as well, and for us getting some feedback on how we can continue to improve this and build out more scenarios. So reach out and check out our Xpert Police simulations. That's all for this week, and we'll see you next week.